Happy Wednesday, East Hartford, and thank you for joining us for another version of Ask the Mayor. We do have a few questions today, not as much as we usually do, so I got some really exciting updates for after. So let's get right into it. We've got our first question from Jonathan. What is going on with Woodland School? Has anything been done about the incident with the 6-year-old boy a couple months ago? Very disappointing and scary as my child is autistic, as well, currently attending ECLC on Main Street. So, Jonathan, thank you very much for this question. I am aware of the situation that is currently under litigation right now. The incident actually happened a couple years ago, not a couple months ago. It was reported on the news a couple months ago. But as I mentioned, with it currently being under litigation, I am unable to comment at the time. However, as far as I am aware of, all of the staff members that were involved, including the principal at Woodland School when this incident took place, have been let go, are no longer at the school. And I can assure you that our Board of Education does have your child as well as all children's best interests in mind. But for now, unfortunately, I am unable to comment further. So, Jonathan, thank you very much for your question. Our next question is from Paul. Drove by the East Hartford Golf Course today. Parking lot was full with golfers. We're very happy about that. Do you have any updates on the restaurant you said would be open year round to our golf course? So, Paul, very eager to announce who the restaurant is. I need just another week or so. We're just hashing out the sublease agreement, and then you will see public information coming out about this restaurant. They are still very much committed. Like I said, we're just working through the legalese of all the agreements. But stay tuned in the next week or two. You will see an announcement come out about who the restaurant is, and I think you guys will be very pleased with it. So I'm sorry to leave you with a cliffhanger like that. Just don't want to say anything until things are signed on the dotted line. But stay tuned for more information on that. You'll be very excited about it. Second part of your question is there is a sign on an empty storefront on Main Street by the underpass that says opening soon, but does not say what it is. Any idea what is going on? So Paul, I appreciate this question. However, it lacks some information. I did drive Main Street by both overpasses or underpasses, both the train bridge as well as the I-84. I was unable to find a storefront that said that there was something opening soon. So, Paul, if you could give a little more information or reach out to me, I'm happy to find out. But through my own drive-through, I was unable to identify what you were talking about. So if you can just pinpoint the location a little bit more for me, I'd be happy to follow up on it and find out what's opening in that storefront. But thank you very much for your question. Our next question is from Michelle. What's going on at the corner of Prospect and Governor? Things have seemed to stop. Yeah, so you're absolutely right, Michelle. They did get through demolition and some remediation of the site. That went very quickly. They are currently working with DOT right now to reconfigure the intersection that's down there. I think many of us know that once this new gas station convenience store goes into the area, it is going to increase traffic in that intersection. Those of us familiar with that intersection definitely know how congested it can get in the beginning and at the end of the day when people are going in and getting out of work. So they are working with DOT right now to reconfigure the intersection that goes onto the highway or goes straight across to where the Harley Davidson dealership is. And what we want to do is be able to have you go both east and west down Prospect Street, as well as being able to hop on the highway. So we're working with DOT to get approval to reconfigure that intersection. Until then, they'll probably move a little bit slower on the development until we're able to address the future traffic concerns of this new development. But Michelle, thank you very much for your question and your patience with this development. Our next question is from a homeowner. In listening to your answer last week on Hocknum Hall, where did the money come from for a new roof and other investment money you mentioned? So no, great question. I appreciate it. So the money was American Rescue Plan Act money. That's ARPA money. That was essentially the money that came out during COVID that went to most states, most municipalities. The town itself had gotten $24 million that went to various projects throughout the town. Under Mayor Mike, our former mayor, we had allocated 1.25 million to renovating our historic properties. However, we did not have enough funding to renovate all of our properties, so we focused the money on the properties that were being most used. That included the Brewer House, the Selden Brewer House, which is right next door to the Hocknum Hall, as well as the Hocknum Hall. The Hocknum Hall, we put a new roof on it. We addressed some of the drainage issues so that we can stop the water damage that was causing further damage on the inside of the building. Brewer House will be getting a full renovation. So the money was American Rescue Plan Act money that came out of COVID. So thank you very much for the question. All right, and our next question is from a concerned taxpayer. Thank you for your answer on our 6 grocery stores in town. I didn't understand your comment, like it or not, after saying we had 6 grocery stores in town. Could you please explain? Absolutely, I'm happy to, and forgive me for being a little bit frank about this answer. But as I constantly say and constantly hear, actually, is that we don't have any grocery stores in town, and that's just simply not true. We have 6 of them. We have ShopRite, you have the new Indian grocery store, you have Accrual Market, you have Key Foods, you have Seatown, and so we do have grocery stores. However, in being very honest with you, I hear a lot of the times that these are not the grocery stores I want. I don't want to shop there. They're not American grocery stores, whatever that means. The narrative that we do not have grocery stores is simply not true. We do. You may not like them, but the fact is we do have 6 grocery stores. So that was the reason for my comment. It wasn't to disrespect anyone. It wasn't to be offensive. It was just to combat a negative narrative about our town and to state the facts. We do have 6 grocery stores. They reflect, I think, the diversity of our community. And so I always encourage residents to give them a try. Check out what they offer. It might be something you've never tried before. It might be something you never even knew you were interested in. But we do have 6 grocery stores, and I'm very proud of those grocery stores. They are owned by local East Hartford residents, or at least local people of the area. So at the end of the day, for all of our small businesses, big or small, they deserve a chance. They deserve us to shop at them and see what they offer. So that was why I had said that comment, because I've gotten a lot of negativity around what we have, and people not liking what we have. So thank you very much for that question. All right, and our next question is from a senior taxpayer. Now that the garden has been installed, the benches, the trees, etc., at the senior center, when will the gazebo be installed? Also, is there any progress on the additional parking spaces for the senior center to be completed? So thank you very much for your question. Yes, the garden is starting to take shape. We've gotten a lot of great feedback from our seniors on being able to use it for programming, for recreation. The gazebo is going to come at a later date. We are searching for more funding for the gazebo. But for right now, we'll get the benches in, the trees, the garden beds, just create that nice recreation space for you guys. The gazebo will come after, but it should not prevent any future programming from taking place. And then in addition to your question of the parking spaces, we did get approval from the DOT to build 9 extra parking spaces across the road up against the bank of Route 2 highway. We just simply need to get an encroachment permit from them, submit to them our drawings, our basically what we want to see. But overall, very positive that we've gotten their approval. We will be moving forward. It is going to take us some time to build these 9 spaces, so I ask for your patience, but we do have an immediate solution right now. I also want to remind you guys, those who attend our senior center, there is a new shuttle program that is in place. We do have a daytime driver as well as a nighttime driver to get you back and forth. We will be using both the Hocknam Hall and Brewer House parking lot as overflow parking, as well as ECLC. So that is another solution to alleviate the parking concerns for those very popular events that are taking place at the senior center. But thank you very much for your question. All right, our last question is from Janine. And what can be done with neighbors who own acres of wetland property that has been taken over by invasive species of plants? So I won't read the rest of the question because it's quite long. It talks about what Janine is experiencing. However, we're going to reach out to you directly, Janine, because your question doesn't necessarily give me the information to know where you're talking about, what wetlands, where is it abutting your property. So we're going to reach out to you to get a little more information so we know where you're talking about in town and how we can best alleviate your concerns or any issues that you're having with abutting neighbors or property owners. So stay tuned. We'll be reaching out to you directly. We just need much more information to be able to know how we can best help you with this situation. So, all right, my friends, that is all the questions we have for you. Just want to remind you, we have 2 very important events coming up. One is National Night Out, spearheaded by our police department, a really great event that's going to take place on August 5th at the Town Green from 5 to 8 p.m. So please come out, meet our police department. They'll have things on display, K9 demo, food trucks, games for the kids. Really just a wonderful event spearheaded by our police department. So come out for that. And then the day later on August 6th, we're going to be doing a ribbon cutting for the new East Hartford Community Center. This is actually the old East Hartford Cultural Community Center located at 50 Chapman Place. If you guys remember, I've been talking about how we've been able to reconfigure this space into a true family center. We now have a number of family related departments in there, whether it be WIC, social services, crisis intervention, youth services, park and recs, Board of Ed Central Registration, Board of Ed Family and Resource Center, Board of Ed Bilingual Services, as well as the town's first town-sponsored food pantry. And so we'll be ribbon cutting a new dedication of this building as a new family center. This ribbon cutting is going to take place at 2 p.m. on August 6th. It will be followed by an open house of the building so that you residents can check out all the new services that we have in there. That's going to take place at 2:30. And then the event is going to be followed by the back to school rally spearheaded by our school system, which is going to take place at the town green right next to the new East Hartford Community Center from 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. So this is probably one of our biggest attended events in town. So please come out if you're looking for supplies for your kids, getting them ready for back to school. Come out to this event. It's a wonderful event. Wonderful vision we had for this building to make it a one-stop shop for families to get all the resources they need. So I'm very proud of this project, and I hope you guys will join us out there. All right, my friends, that is all we have for you today. Keep sending me your questions. I love answering them. Stay cool and continue to have a great rest of the summer, and I'll talk to you guys soon.